So, as a person who had a job in the past as well, and I had a physical mobile phone shop, and now I'm a full time seller on eBay and Amazon. So, I want to share the experience between all three of them in the terms of time management and in the terms of money, of course. So, I will tell my experience about it, and there must be something that you will be able to learn and see what is the ideal for you as well. So, let's get started. My name is Zensha. On this channel, we talk about how to make money online from eBay, Amazon, and social media. So if you're into that kind of stuff, consider subscribing. So my first job when I actually came out from a university was a shop assistant. So the shop assistant, that wasn't like my boss was on me all the time. It was up to me to open the shop and close the shop as well. The shift was very, very long because I was managing the shop for full time as well. So let's talk about the time management first. I don't really consider the time management problem in this particular job. That might not be the case for all of you, but my boss was actually a very cool guy. So anytime when I even need to go something and do something during my shift, I was able to do that. So that is not going to be the case for most of the people. And also, there wasn't somebody all the time telling me what to do. So this was the very good things for me as well. What I actually learned from this job was when the opportunities come to you, you have to get them. But the mistake which I have done, there came to a point my boss was actually selling the business and he was moving back to India. And he told me that, Zen, you already running a shop. You know how to do that. If you are having a problem with the money, what you can do is you can actually pay me later slowly, and if you want to own this business you can do that, and we can come to some sort of agreement as compared to selling this business for expensive price out there to someone. I will actually give it to you cost to cost, and you know how to run it. And the lesson which I learned from it, the opportunity was there and I didn't actually take it. The reason for that, I was only making about 1,200 to 1,300 pounds per month at that time, living in London. I was single back then. There was many expenses and all that kind of stuff. I had no saving with me whatsoever. So I was thinking on the top of my head, would I able to do it? Like, would I able to pay him back? Or, those sort of things came in my mind, and I actually just did not buy the shop. And this was the lesson which I learned from particularly this shop. Time management wasn't a problem. Of course, if you are living in London, if your salary is 1,200 to 1,300 pound, you won't be able to save that much money that you probably want to save because you're not making that much money and your expenses are high as well. The second job which I consider that most of the people will have that kind of job as well. It was a job in a telecom company. Inside a telecom company, I used to start at 9 o'clock and finish at around 6 o'clock as well. So this was a very ideal time in terms of time management because you're starting in the morning as compared to evening shift and a night shift, and you were only working Monday to Friday. And in terms of money, I was making around 25,000 pounds per year, which was okay back then when I actually was doing it. But what particularly I learned from this job is it is important that you work with good people. The problem is like the work, politics, and all those sort of stuffs. Every workplace have as well. So for me, after what I learned, it doesn't matter for me who I work for or which company I work with. It's important for me who I work with, who my colleagues are as well. In the terms of time management, I would say, when you are working, you are able to take a paid holidays as well. You don't really have to worry about the money have to come from somewhere, which I will actually discuss more, moving to a physical shop or having an online store and that kind of stuff. But once you're working somewhere, it is guaranteed that you're gonna get paid. As long as you show up to the work and you know that by the end of the month, the salary will be inside your account, and that wouldn't be really a problem. In the terms of saving money, that again depend. If you are living in London, you're making 25,000 a year, that it's not going to make you that much rich. You know what I mean? You won't be able to save much money as well. But the thing is that at that period of time, because I was single, I had no like responsibilities as well. So that was completely okay for me. Moving on, again, I said the lesson which I particularly learned from this one, it is important you choose to work with the people that you like and also the kind of job you want to do as well. Overall, I'm not trying to, being a person who actually left a company and then they say bad words about the company. I enjoy my time over there. And I said to myself, this is not something that I want to do because I don't feel like I'm being myself. So I actually left the job as well. Okay, then I opened a mobile phone shop. And a lot of people will be wondering, okay, Zen, where did you get the money to actually open the mobile phone shop? Because you did not had any money from the first job and second job as well. How come you was able to open a business? So this is a very thing which I actually learned from working somewhere, building a connection and making a friendship. And I don't mind that the friends who will take some sort of benefit from you when they meet. I think this is where the friends are for. I mean, that's the reason one of the reason to have a friend as well. So I was able to actually build a very good connections. So for the first, where I was a shop assistant, that was an internet cafe and they used to sell mobile phone and mobile phone accessories. I was able to build a lot of connection and know inside and outside and the wholesale connection while I was working there. And then working in a telecom company gives me some sort of work ethic to actually, working under someone, being in a pressure as well. So those was two things which I actually learned. And then with the help of friend, I was able to raise some money from my family and friends as well. So I opened a mobile phone physical store inside London as well. To my experience, this seemed like a very best decision at that particular time, and I believe it was as well. But only problem that you are going to have, which a lot of people will probably not know, how much work and responsibility that you will have when you have your own physical shop as well. Opening your shop 7 working days. It's one of the biggest challenges that any small business owner can actually face. I was running the shop all by myself, and every 7 working days, all 7 days, Monday to Sunday, no holidays whatsoever, I was running that shop as well. So if as an immigrant, when we need to travel, or even if you are living in UK, you was born in UK, everybody goes on a holidays to a different country. Once you have this particular shop that you need to pay the rent and you need to pay everything, it is not easy for you to manage. This is something that I highly recommend you should look into it before you actually go ahead and open your own shop as well. In the terms of money, look, the thing is, where I was making around 25,000 a year, I was making double the amount of that from that particular job. But once you have your rents and everything, and then the work and all those things all those things goes into it, it is very hard for you to actually justify that amount as well. If you're able to scale it and then hire the people and then you take a business to a next level, this might be the path for most of the people. But the thing is, as a solo person, for me, I wasn't able to scale it, and that was the mistake which I have done, and I actually sold the business. I don't feel like I have made a mistake there. But the good thing which happened from the shop at that time, during the shop, I started to sell online. I started to sell on eBay. I started to sell on Amazon, because all the mobile phone and accessories, because until today I sell mobile phone and accessories, all the mobile phone and accessories was already in my shop. I had a connection with the wholesalers. I had all the stock with me. I didn't had to make a separate investment just to sell the stuff on eBay and Amazon. So owning your own business, it actually gave me an opportunity to be an online seller. There came to a point in the life where I realized the most of the money which I'm making at the moment is actually coming from online sales, not from the shop. And then there came a point where, I got married as well, and then having a kids and everything, the time management aspect of it was very, very hard for me to do. Spend 12 hours on the shop, 7 days, and then you have a family, and then you have an online business to run. It was a very hard thing for me to do. Okay, moving on. When I sold the shop, now as an e-commerce seller, a lot of people will say, okay, this might be one of the best thing that you will be able to do. You are looking at the example of mine when I actually started selling online. And then along with that, I had other things as well. So I had a shop, and the money was coming from the shop. The point which I'm trying to make is, once you are an online seller, or once you open a shop as well, you have to have another source of income coming in the beginning as well. It can take a little bit time for you to actually fully rely financially on this business. And once you're not fully able to rely financially on this sort of business, then it is very hard for you to actually be consistent at the same time. Because in the beginning, what's going to happen, your work, the amount of work that you have to put in is going to be right here. And the amount of return that you're going to get, it's going to be right here. But over the period of time, the amount of work going to get lower, and then the money going to go up and up. And most of the people actually quit it right here. They are not able to be consistent. But if you keep on doing it, then this is what happened. The amount of work go down, and the money actually goes up as well. So at the moment, everybody have I don't call myself a 12-figure or 13-figure or anything. I'm not actually a guru. On this channel, I share my own journey as well, if you're able to learn something from it. But I believe now there are some days that I'm able to work few hours in a day and then maintain the same amount of income every month. This is like my target at the moment. I always say every month, minimum, it has to be 7,000 to 8,000 pounds. That's like my minimum set at the moment in the terms of profit. And I was able to quit when I actually had this money coming in every single month. And that was the point when I actually sold my shop. If I wasn't able to make that much money, then, when you have a family, you have a lot of expenses, then you have your house mortgage, then you have to have a car. Not have to have, you are going to be fully okay even if you travel on a bus. But these are sort of lifestyle when you get into it, and all those things feels like a basic need at that particular time as well. But the thing is, it can take a little bit of time. In the terms of time management, if I need to go on holidays, for example, my income might not suffer as much as it used to suffer when I had a shop. I had to completely close my shop and then go on holidays. But at the moment I have a choice. I might not be able to run all the eBay side of the business. Some eBay side of the business I will be able to run because the fulfillment is getting fulfilled by Hubo. But on the Amazon side of it, where all the fulfillment is by Amazon FBA, it is actually easier for me to plan 1 or 2 month holidays without getting a lot of negative impact as well. So, but there are some days as well where I'm still working 10 to 12 hours. The only thing which you will be able to really get better at is having a personal motivation. Because once you're working like me, you have a full-time job as selling on eBay, I'm in full-time business, and you have no accountability, no person who will hold you accountable, the consistency is very, very difficult. And that's what I personally learned from this business. Overall, personally, I have no regrets whatsoever. Even today, God forbid something happened to online business, I will be more than happy to go back and then work to 9 to 5 job or 9 to 6 job. I'm not against any particular lifestyle. Everybody have their own personal circumstances. But in my case, in the terms of time management, in the terms of financially, I believe online business was something which took me very long time to build and took me about 7 to 8 years to build and be in the position where I can say I can fully rely on it at consistent basis, because there might be some month you will be able to have some money and you say, okay, well, I can rely on it fully. But having a consistent income for 1 year, and I think, okay, that's enough for me, and then this is where I actually quit. This is something, to be at that level can take a lot of time. It's not impossible to do, but the only thing you have to do is to be consistent to be on this particular level as well. So if you're working, or if you're a business or anything, if you're working at this particular time, or if you have a business, I always recommend each and everyone to have this one started as a side hustle. Having an e-commerce store on eBay and Amazon, have it as a side hustle. If you need more information about it, make sure you check my channel, and you're gonna find many videos how to sell on eBay and how to sell on Amazon. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in those videos.